You say hi, Grandpa?
Huh?
I love you.
I love you.
Are you being a stinker?
Say, I love you, Grandpa.
She's being normal. She don't a stranger. She don't know me. Only one knows me is she.
And Callie, sort of.
Huh?
And Callie.
Callie,
Yeah, she remembers you.
Go give your grandpa a hug.
Which one?
The one in front of you.
Except there are two grandpas here. Now there are.
you what?
I said there are two grandpas here now.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's only one grandpa.
Well, yeah.
This is your great grandpa.
Great.
That's right.
There's a grandpa and then there's a great one.
And then there's a
Not
great
the great one.
but great grandpa Abraham.
Ooh, what are
The
you
great
looking at? Ooh.
Lily! What are you doing? You silly.
This is going to be bigger than her.
She's big. They're both really big. Like on a scale from 0 to 100, they're both in the 90s. Yeah, they're big. Not for weight, but for their height. They're how tall. No. Look at her.
I was surprised how thin she is.
We have to make her.
Stop eating.
No, yeah, she eats a lot.
Oink, 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 piggy.
But there was one summer where she went to her grandma's house and she came back super skinny. Yeah.
Your Carrie's mother?
No.
My mama.
Her grandma.
Roger City.
No,
Virginia.
Oh!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see her?
I think she's gonna come up and visit sometime. But she talks to her on the phone. But she came back really, really skinny, so we had to fatten her up a little bit.
There's no backing off now, is there?
No. Kinda. How much did you talk to your grandma when you were over at the ozone thing? Your Nana.
Turn the paper around.
She got really mad.
What?
Not really, but I told her that I was at a therapy camp sort of thing, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you told me about that already."
She said she was. You said she was mad.
Well, it sounded like it because I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I'm getting a bunch of help, and she's like, "Yeah."
So you called her once, or she
Yeah,
answered once?
I called her.
You only called her the one time.
Yeah.
Who'd you call the other times?
I called you. I called.
But so you didn't call somebody every night?
No.
Okay, I thought you were calling somebody every night, so we thought you were talking to Nana every night.
No. Thought that she got mad or something. Dang. Because she got mad, then I wouldn't want to, like, talk to her.
Yeah. That's fine.
Because I'm like, yeah, and I'm getting, duckies, baby duckies!
What? Oh, ducks.
I got 2 chipmunks on my pellet gun, and I turned around, was sitting there. I looked out. I didn't have my pellet gun upstairs. I had it in the basement.
Yeah.
That was before the 2 chipmunks. And I thought, look at that deer. He's standing broadside, facing the road there, eating all that hostas around that maple or that birch tree.
Deer like hostas?
He ate it all.
Really?
Down by, he wasn't that high and it down to there. Well, I'm sure at night somebody else there. So I watched him and I opened the door and I said, "Get out of here. Get. He looked over at me, went back to eat.
Really?
"I'll fix you." I went down the basement and got the pellet gun and put the pellet in.
Put it in his behind?
And I put it right directly. When I got back, he was facing, his hind end was facing me.
Yeah.
So when he facing me and his tail went up in the air, he was still eating.
You did not.
It was still eating. And his tail went up in the air. I aimed right perfectly for that bung. His body went just like this. And he fell against hit his head against the tree. Fell over and took off for the woods. Didn't hurt him any, but it just shocked him.
Wow.
But he didn't have a chance to turn up this time. The tree was from here to you that he bumped into. Then I said, I think I'll leave that pellet gun up here for a while.
He's probably not going to come back again.
So
He didn't come back, did he?
promised the gun. I don't know, maybe. He hasn't been back since.
When was this?
I don't really know. I think it was, what's Thursday here? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
That
Yeah.
was last week.
Last week.
ago.
But I took the pellet gun and one went around there and he went onto the deck itself. And he went to the corner of the deck.
He went onto your deck?
Huh?
He's all the way on your deck?
Yeah, he's up there. He's a little fella.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the deer still.
Chipmunk. And I shot him and he rolled over on the next step. And I walked out there a couple hours later. He was still laying there, so I left him lay. Next day he was gone.
Cat?
Animal, something, probably a cat.
Yeah.
So then I turned around and I shot another one on the other side. And I missed the first shot. But that gun don't make that noise, you know.
Pellet gun?
Yeah. So
How do you crank? Did you cock it?
Yeah. So, and it's very difficult for me to cock.
Is it a barrel break?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I loaded that one and I nailed him. And he moved over a little bit. Wasn't happy. He just moved over a little bit. I gave him another one. He went down on the step.
Are we talking about dead animals?
He's gone.
Yeah.
And then Dan found one laying on the lawn. Shot. I can't understand that one, but anyway, I'm going to say when it comes time to mow the lawn, I'm going to pick him up and throw him out. You know?
Yeah.
It's gone.
So I got a story about
Some cat
that.
come out.
When we lived in the house in Aldine 3 years ago.
6166?
Yes. Carrie's mom's house. We lived there for a little while before we got our house. And when we were living there, Carrie got me a pellet gun, a barrel break pellet gun, for Christmas, I think. And we had a lot of birds that we liked to feed in the backyard. And we had a lot of squirrels that would eat our bird feed.
And the squirrels shoot.
So, and you were, at the time, Liz, you were all for it, and you were following me around and having fun watching me get squirrels
Oh,
with my
yeah,
pellet
I
gun.
remember that. That was fun.
There's this squirrel, and he's on a tree branch. I had to be careful because we had a fence back there, but if you go too high, there's houses behind us. So he's on this tree branch, and I shoot him, and it's like if you were to teach somebody how to shoot, you'd say, this is where you shoot. That's exactly where I hit him. Right through his chest, right through both lungs, blood shot out. He ran about 20 steps. He ran, blood shooting out. He just... It was the coolest thing, and Liz
I see
loved
the
it.
first one I got, after I shot him, he was going like that.
Yeah.
Did
Fell
we eat
over.
him?
And he was on the edge, so he
No.
fell over on the next step.
You can eat squirrels, though. I've had them, and they're actually not too bad. They're a little greasy.
Them
They're pretty
squirrels
good.
but the ones like out to camp, you can eat them.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did actually. They're not rapids. You brushed up their fur the
Yeah,
opposite way and
you
you see
can-
if there are any bumps.
Slow down, I have no clue what you said.
Talking about...
Wow.
Say it again slower.
Like you can tell if they're not if they're rabbit or
Stop. Put your hand off your mouth.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I'm serious.
We're talking about squirrels, and you said...
that you can tell that if they're rabbit or not if you like take their fur and you brush it
Squirrel.
off the opposite way, and if there's any bumps, then that means
Squirrel is a
they're
good
rabbit.
eating. The only thing they're pain in the butt.
Yeah.
You get rid of them.
Bumps, it's
You only go
rabbit?
like a
No,
That
if
chunk of
there's
a
bumps
hot
in it,
dog.
it's
all
raven
there's
or
left.
rabbit.
If you skin them and...
big ones, yeah.
But if
Like
you
a rat.
put them over a fire, and cook them over a fire, you eat them like a corn on the cob.
Ew.
Yeah, that's what I say. Ew.
But that's one of the best ways because they get really good flavor, and they're not as greasy that way because it's a dry heat.
Ew.
Remember Dorothy and Lynn?
I want to see your.
Remember Lynn, Dorothy's husband? He would go squirrel hunting and clean them up, and we had squirrel stew one time.
Oh, you really did?
Yeah, it's the only time I've ever had squirrel in my life. But squirrel stew, and I remember it not being bad at all.
Okay.